Hello, everyone. This is Terry Gibson here, good friend.
Brian Smith.
We're the International Direct Sellers Network, and we're coming to you live on a Tuesday evening, February the 20th, 2018. We're excited because we have a special guest that's going to be joining us for some great information here for you tonight. This has been an awesome week thus far, getting done with our President's holiday there, but now we're coming into some great things happening here this week. So, Brian, tell us more about what's going on.
Well, hey, just to get some business taken care of for the IDSN, we just want to welcome you again to our call and our Facebook Live session here. In order for you to get more information about this, we want to make sure that you are following us on the Facebook page. Just like us, follow us on that page. That way you'll get events. You'll know more things that are coming up for our wonderful guests. We have an incredible guest tonight, and that person is going to just wow the socks off. You're going to be missing out on these things if you don't follow us. The other thing too, we want to make sure that you're aware of, if you're not currently following us, make sure that you are on the page and that you have liked the event and you're following the event, and you can actually send in questions that maybe we can answer here later on for our guests. And then also, if you're following us on Twitter at IDSN Corp, so IDSN CORP, you can follow us on Twitter. You can send a direct message to us. We'll make sure to answer that question, or at least try to get the question to our guests here later on tonight. There's going to be some phenomenal things here in the future. You got to be able to be a member of the IDSN, and that way you can get notices of what's going on with these incredible guests. So I'm going to turn it back over to Terry, and you guys look this stuff up. We'll be responding here live. That's what it's all about. It's live. Facebook
I know
Live.
live is such a fantastic thing. And looking at this, of course, Facebook and how the world of just business, network marketing, and direct sales is changing. This is a great information format to share and to get some good people on and to expose some people that are really doing some great things. And it's funny. I've had an opportunity to be in the network marketing industry for now the past 17 years, Brian. It's been a while.
That is excellent.
And I've seen some great things come and go, and some of the great things that have stuck with me are people. And I'm so impressed with individuals that have changed like my perspective, but are also changing the lives of many people out there in the world. And while I was spending some great time on the corporate side at a company called LifeVantage, I've met this individual, this guy and his wife. You see his face there, the awesome hat, Mr. Brandon Cunningham. He and Lynette impacted me in such a way that I learned a new development, a new way of how to approach people and life and business. And so I thought we can invite Brandon to come on to us our live here, Facebook Live, share some inspiration, share some thoughts with us, give us a rundown of who he is, what he does, and especially why he does it with the rest of the world. Brandon, can you hear me?
I can, Terry. How about you? You hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Good to have you on.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm
There's a ton of people liking that you're on here. They're just loving you. That's great.
I paid them all before the broadcast, so now I got to write a
Hey.
check. These lows.
That's great. That's great. That's great, man. Well, we here at the International Direct Sellers Network, we have basically a community of a lot of different network marketers out there that are really inspired by not only good products, but about good people and good leadership development, entrepreneurship at its best. And Brandon, that's why we have you on. So basically, if you wouldn't mind, first of all, tell us about really who you are and about your family and your why you're doing this business.
Right on, right on. Well, I'll keep it brief and tight. And thanks, Terry, for not making me shave or putting a button-up shirt on tonight. The networkers of the world know that unless you're in front of a crew of people when you're at home in the office, it's like, I'd never show you from the waist down what I'm wearing because that would be really embarrassing probably. We maybe dress it up. But tonight I'm totally relaxed. We're down in Florida in shorts. So yeah, Brandon Cunningham, married to Lynette for over 25 years. We live in the Central Florida area on the west coast of Florida, and got involved with a company called LifeVantage a little over 8 years ago, and it's been quite a ride. We had never done network marketing before. We came from traditional business, and of course we'd heard about network marketing. We had been offered opportunities to join network marketing companies, but it just didn't click right. It is about timing. It's why you should never try to, beat your friends over the head too much, because it just doesn't work that way. When the time is right, it's right, and you just hope to be in front of them at the right time, and that's a whole nother training session. But nevertheless, you know, we kicked the tires on this network marketing thing for a little while. I went to my first event, optimistically skeptical. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
But I came away from that thing with my eyes wide open, and we just started to
Just a bit.
we were able to replace our income 2 years, about 24, 26 months. We replaced our income, and that was just my. And then in about 2 years after that, we were able to reach the top rank in the company. And that has obviously treated my wife and I, our family, very well financially. And for that reason, I feel obligated to our company forever, but to network marketing forever. Like I got big things. Like, you know, we're not the top rank in the company anymore because they added a couple new ranks, and I'm just like a dog. I'm just like salivating now. I'm like, thanks for the ranks, because, you know, I got a little lazy. I got a little complacent.
Right.
You know, they gave me some gold medals, and they said, "You're done. Like, you know, race is over." And then, you know, they added some new ranks, and they said, "Mount up. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's ride, pony.
I
Let's
love
go."
it.
So that's what we're doing. We're hustling. And we're excited about 2018. I got some things in play, but you know, I think, as I was telling you just a little bit earlier, I think the fish are swimming towards our industry, and
Right.
I want to be the leader that people want to work with. So doing everything I can to elevate my game. So that's who we are, man.
I love it. I love it. It's funny. You mentioned something about timing too, and that's, again, maybe a further discussion for another time. But I take martial arts, as you know, Brandon, and they always say focus on the moves at the right time, and they always emphasize the right move at the wrong time is the wrong move. You got to focus on doing things at the right time, and you brought that up. That was an excellent point. So for now, I mean, if you're at the here, this kind of the middle of the month, end of the month time period, what will be kind of a good training for maybe motivation for people that are getting involved in their businesses? They're seeing this third week of the month. They're going, what can I do with my business? What are kind of some inspirations for motivation for those guys?
Well, you know, the saying is early in the day, early in the week, early in the month, right? You know, when you're trying to hit rank or accomplish some things, if the month is already started and you don't really know what your goals are, or you don't know what the incentives are you're going to run, or you don't know the people you're going to work with, if you don't have that done by the first or the second of the month, you need to kind of take a look at your strategies going into the month of March. I know we run hard. All of us run hard to the very last day, you know, in network marketing, trying to get every last dollar in. And that's the case for everybody. But there's always, you know, you need to know what's coming, not just 2 weeks from now, but you need to know what your months look like and how that aligns with your corporate events and incentives. But I'll tell you, you know, Terry, a lot of people ask us, how were we able to have the success that we were able to have coming into network marketing without any previous experience? And I'm going to tell you guys this, that it's something I've expressed a number of different ways. But there's two roads leading into a network marketing opportunity. Okay. First road is you've been making good decisions for the last 5 or 10 years in business. Let's say you come from traditional business, or you've been an employee, whatever the case may be, but you've been making good decisions for 2 or 3, 5 years. And then here comes this network marketing opportunity. You say yes. And typically the people that have been making good decisions for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they've been doing good things with their money. You know, if they're in a family, they've been, you know, treating their family the right way, their wife the right way. Those things just kind of ooze out of a person, right? When things are just clicking, right? And when you join a network marketing company and you start going to your network and you say, hey, I got this thing to take a look at, people are going to want to look. They're going to want to look because they already want what you've got, right? Like if your job is pretty solid and your friends like you, and your wife likes you, or your husband likes you, and you know your kids are decent kids, you know, we're all imperfect, man. We all make mistakes. We know no one's perfect. But I think you get a sense for what I'm saying. Now, The other side
Absolutely.
of that is if you've been making bad decisions for 2 to 5 years. Let's say, let's say, your friends just know you as the partier, right?
Mm,
And you're fun to hang out with, but no one's gonna, hit at the hip with you and go, yeah, let's go spend some money and go in business together. Like, whoa, 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 time out. Why are you trying to be serious with me when you do nothing but play all the time, right? That's going to be a little bit of a rough start for you in network marketing. Or, if you're going through issues, family issues, if you've started 6 businesses and they all failed, your friends are probably not going to want to sign up for the 7th. Okay. Now, the flip side of that is our business is a business of personal development. So no matter who you are, your life could be a complete wreck right now, and you sign up in a network marketing opportunity. Okay. I've seen this. I've seen it in our company. I've seen people in this complete financial disaster, making bad decision after bad decision. And they get in our company, they get some simple training, but more importantly, they get some mentors to kind of point them in the right direction and start helping them make some good decisions. What will happen with enough work, with enough personal development, enough hustle, your friends will see the change. And they're going to go, something's different. You're doing something different. What's going on? So either way, what we're talking about is the law of attraction. Whether you've been making decisions before you said yes to network marketing, or you started making good decisions after network marketing, either way, you're going to have success. It's just, if you've been making good decisions prior, you're going to have quicker success. So I'd like to think my wife and I were making some good decisions before we got into network marketing, so that when we went to them with this, it wasn't a question of if it was real or if it was a good idea. It was more or less a question of just if they were interested or not. And so, we're very routine-based people. People always want to know what do you do? And it's got to be some trick. Listen, it's the simple things, man. Everybody that's watching this, I want you guys to hear me clearly right now. It is the simple things that separate the masses. I'm a firm believer that you get up and you knock out the important things first. And the important things, in my opinion, is you. Like, take care of yourself mentally and take care of yourself physically right out of the gates. Because if your mind is not right and your body's not, you're not taking care of your body, those things are going to fail you throughout the day. So that can be accomplished a number of different ways. If you're spiritual, that might be some scripture reading. If you're working on personal development, the morning's a great time. I'm not a big fitness guru, but I try to keep care of myself. Listen, if you're in the health and wellness industry and your friends know you're not healthy and you're not well, that's going to be a tough one. That's just going to be a tough one.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
That's going to be a tough one, man. So take care
Brandon,
of yourself.
let me tell you what I've noticed about you. This is cut you off real fast. You seem to find a good balance in all those areas, man. I've seen you keep your family good, your physical education good, and I mean, you're always reading new books and studying from good people, mentors. And if a guy like you was able to do those type of things to get better, man, anybody can really use those same type of things to get better themselves. That's really awesome.
Terry, I went for almost 20 years without reading a book. Out of high school, I went to work. And I didn't read a book. I take that back. I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that's the one that started me thinking that one got me thinking. Then I read Cash Flow Quadrant and I'm like, okay. And that's what really made it click for me with network marketing. Once I got into network marketing, I realized I need to do a lot of reading, because this is the game of personal development. It's one thing that you got to be good at inviting, that gets you started. Then once you're good at inviting, you got to be good at training people. That'll get you to the middle ranks, or maybe to that some of that sweet money. But the real money, the big legacy money, is when you know and learn and can manage relationships at a high level. Because when you can learn and manage relationships at a high level, you can build a massive team. If you can't learn and manage relationships, leaders will come and go because you're going to tick them off. They won't stick around. And so if you can figure a way to keep people happy and thriving, And that's usually with your own personal intelligence, you biting your tongue or thinking before you speak. There's a big paycheck attached to that skill.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Guys, I don't know if you grabbed any of that stuff Brandon just told you about, but a lot of that's golden nuggets, man. Really good stuff, Brandon. Appreciate that. Now, tell me kind of the insights of the dynamic, because it's just not one of you, it's two. It's you and Lynette and the family. So how does that whole dynamic work with your business?
It's gone through changes. I've always been the person on the road because we've got kids. We got two. She's always been the one that stays at home and kind of holds things down. Now, with that said, she's done a tremendous amount of things with. For the most part, that's been the balance there. But behind the scenes, today, I mean, we're constantly working together, prioritize. We're big on priorities. We're big on, making sure we're taking care of the more important things first and knowing what page we're on. We wake up, we try to wake up before the kids. Our kids are getting up earlier and earlier, but we try to get up early and game plan a little bit before they get up. And the other thing is, our industry is mainly women. And, I'm not crazy. Women like to hear from women. They don't like to hear from men all the time. And right. We are very strategic in that my wife has to have a strong voice in our team and in our company and the organization, because I think the statistics 75 or 76% of the industry is women. And let's just face it, I don't go through some of the emotions and struggles that women do because I'm not a woman.
Right.
So I've heard this, Brandon. I'm very grateful that she's part of our team here.
Yeah, I've heard this, man, before, that women listen to women and smart men listen to women. That's what I've heard, Brandon.
That's pretty on point right there. Yeah, that's pretty on point.
Well, good. That's great. So, were there any keys or things you picked up on at the Elite Academy recently that just happened in Indianapolis? Was there anything that was really spectacular that stuck out to you?
Well, some things I'll share with you guys here. There's two things I'll knock out for you. I tell you, we're routine based, and Maxwell. I'm doing a lot of John Maxwell stuff right now. We are on his advisory board for network marketing, which is at first I was like, is this a real advisory board? And then I rolled up in the room and I saw who was in the room, and I was like, whoa, legit, right? Like, I mean, big time leaders. And so we're thrilled to be a part of that advisory board. And Maxwell told us, and he says this in his public stuff, but in a private setting, it's even stronger. He gave us the story about the tree, like chopping the tree down. And it's the story of consistency, right? Every day, if you want the tree to fall, every day you go out to the tree with an axe and you hit it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the axe down and go about your day, because you're not a professional lumberjack, right? Just like most people that come into network marketing, you're not a professional when you come in, and you're just your first company, right? And then you come back the next day in the tree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You put the axe down and go about. Eventually, if you keep up that activity, the tree will fall. Okay. And that is exactly what happens in network marketing. If you'll stay consistent, that's the biggest thing. People sign up, or they come out of one of these elite academies, or they get fired up and they go guns blazing for 3 days, 3 weeks, and then they lay the axe down, which is the telephone. They stop calling people, they stop following up, and the tree won't fall. So you got to figure out the 5 things. Okay, everybody needs to figure out the 5 things that's going to help them accomplish their goals in network marketing. And for me, it's easy. Every day I read. Every day I read. Every day I write. Okay, and what I'm writing is either the notes for what I just read, or the application, or how I'm going to use it in my team or in a training. I got a training coming about 80s music. It's going to blow your mind.
I gotta hear it. Gotta hear it.
Oh man, wait till you hear. I don't know where to share it, because if I share it, someone might bite on a little bit. That's all right. That's all right.
We'll steal it.
Anyway, so I read and then I write. Then the next three things is I invite people to my business every day. Every day I make it a habit of trying to invite someone to my business, because the moment you stop enrolling in your business, you're dead. I don't care who you are. If you got all the money in the world, you should probably go enroll some more people just to stay relevant in your company. If you haven't enrolled anybody in a year, you're out of touch. And if you haven't enrolled anybody in a couple of years, you're irrelevant. Nobody's listening. You just don't know what's going on in the trenches. So I'm inviting every day. The next thing I'm doing is I'm working in depth in my push legs. Some people call it weak legs. I'd rather call it a push leg, but I'm building relationships in my smaller legs, because those smaller legs don't have enough leadership. You know, I've got one leg that has over 20 six-figure earners in one leg. That leg doesn't need me. I love them. I dedicate some time there, but they don't need me. There's other legs that have no leadership from a full-time leader. So I'll spend time there every day. And the third thing I do, and probably the most important thing I do to my income, is I mentor at a high level in my organization. Like the stuff that you don't understand until you're probably already a six-figure earner. Those are the conversations we're having of how to go from six figures to high six or seven-figure incomes. That's a book coming someday. I don't know how many people are going to pick it up and read it, but that is a lesson. So those are the five things, man.
We'll read it.
That's the 5 things I do every day.
Okay, I love it, man. 5 core principles. Brian, did you catch those?
I've been paying attention here. I'm waiting to watch this over and over again because there's so much information here.
Yeah.
It's worth watching again and again and again. That is just fantastic. These are great pieces of advice.
Guys, Brandon, this has been a rare treat, and we know we're taking a little bit of your time this evening to kind of get some highlights from you and education. And I'm taking notes, man. I'm taking notes like always, as I always do. But as a kind of a final note, what would you say, kind of as we wind out, some last minute thoughts on those who are maybe pursuing this as a new venture, or those who've been around for a while and haven't seen this growth as much as maybe you or others have?
That's an easy one for me because I lived it, right? Hey, listen, first of all, we all make mistakes. Secondly, Lynette and I wanted to quit a couple times. Silly, or they're doing one of those things, or poor Brandon, he must have lost his mind. He joined a network marketing company. So out there, if you feel that way right now, because I live that, but I can promise you now, my friends don't say poor Brandon anymore. Okay. In fact, the funny thing is, most of my friends that didn't do this with me yet think they missed it. They think it's too late. That's the funniest thing. And what's really going to be sad is when they look back 2 or 3 years from now and we double our income, and they could have been a part of that, because it's coming. It's coming.
Yep.
I mean, we haven't even scratched the scratch in network marketing. The world is the world's losing jobs left and right. Amazon's taking over. What are you going to do when you lose your job? You're going to have to own your own business, and hopefully you've got multiple streams of income. And so here's the final word for you guys out there that are maybe thinking about why to do this or why should I keep on. Guys, listen, this is what I said from stage in closing, and I didn't get too long to elaborate, but here's the deal. Audit the last 10 or 20 years of your business life. Right now, and over tonight, go back in your mind the last 10 or 20 years of your business life and just ask yourself, are you where you thought you would be financially based on 10 or 20 years of work? And then the next thing is, if I repeat the next 10 years, am I going to be where I want to be? Or am I just going to get 10 more years of what I got? Right? And so I worked for 17 years for myself. I was my own boss. And after 17 years, I was not done financially. I was making money. Money's irrelevant. Money is irrelevant. What's relevant is how much money's coming in versus your debt or your monthly requirements, okay? And so the question you should ask yourself is, how much money do I need to live on? That's number one. And if I don't go to work tomorrow or next week or next month, how much money is going to come in? So if you need $10,000 a month to live on, and you're only going to make $300 or $400 off the interest of some 401k, That's a big gap, my man. 10 grand and a couple $100. And that means you have to keep working. And at some point, you don't want to keep working. You want to have the freedoms. Like, you know, I'm going to be in this game of network marketing forever, forever. This is my home forever. And so I don't call this work. Work is something you do just to make money. If you're enjoying what you're doing, it's not work. Okay. But
right on.
Most people don't enjoy what they do. So here's the deal. There is no faster way to get to financial freedom than network marketing, unless you're just going to play the lottery. And I'd rather not my chances on the lottery. In fact, if your plan is the lottery, you might want to go look at the aftermath of the lives of the people who win the lottery. It's devastation. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If I was you, I would stop playing the lottery, because most of those people's lives end up worse than before because they don't know what to do with money. Why don't you get in network marketing, take 4 or 5 years to become a better person, learn what it means to grow financially and mentally, and then maybe play the lottery? I don't know. But by that time, if you've spent 4 or 5 years in network marketing, you might be on your path to residual income if you're with the right company. We did it in 2 years, and so can anybody else. That's it. There's no better way. There is no better way, Terry. It's the best way.
Yeah.
I own my own businesses. I own real estate. There's nothing better than network marketing for building wealth. It's the ultimate equalizer. I'm a high school educated kid with a little talent. I just got a lot of desire, and that's all it requires. Doesn't matter your skin tone. It doesn't require money. It just requires desire and not giving a flip what your friends think when you start.
Right on, man. Right on, Brandon. And, man, we couldn't better said it better. You have incredible work ethic too. That's one thing you forgot. Put that on there. I mean, we watched that from afar, so keep that going, man. We sure appreciate your time. This has been an amazing 30 minutes. Good time, Brian. Anything else you want to say, man?
I don't know. Do we want to open any questions at all?
I
don't know if Brandon, you got any time for that, or if we just cut it off here and
maybe we shut it off for tonight and let Brandon go about his business. But man, Brandon, thanks again for letting us be with you here tonight. And we're over in Utah, where it's now just 7. You're over at 9 o'clock your time, so spend some time with the family and get you some Z's in there.
We appreciate it. It's just a lot of people have been watching this. A lot of people saying they're going to watch it again. We have all kinds of comments on here. People are interacting. They're sharing this out. So we really appreciate the time on this. There's a lot of good advice on this, and people are going to see there's a lot of value in what you're giving as far as advice. People pay thousands of dollars to come and listen to someone like you, Brandon, and they're getting the opportunity here with the IDSN. We appreciate your time and your efforts to come in here and share some of this network marketing knowledge. The direct selling industry needs more people who are willing to share this with others, and you're the one doing that. And wow, it really shows not only your skills and experience, but also your concern for those out there that are listening right now.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, here's a thought too. If there was a way for them to maybe reach out to you, would there be a way we can reach out via Facebook or any other link socially?
Yeah, man, I made it easy on Facebook. It's simple. Just hit me up at the Brandon Cunningham.
Okay.
The Brandon Cunningham will find me on Facebook and message me. I love to really communicate with folks. I'm a real person. Just reach out and test me. If you don't think I'm going to hit you back, test me. See.
I'll put that in the comments.
Yeah,
I'll add it to the comments right now on the Facebook so you guys can find the website, and I'll mark that in here as well.
The one and only Brandon Cunningham. Man, we thank you again for your time, sir, and have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. See you later.
Okay.
Thanks, Brandon.
Bye-bye.